My name's Michael Halsey, but friends like Allie and future employers like you can call me Mike. So I began my coding journey with Code Louisville actually 2 years ago. So I started with the software development course, and then this year I did the web development course. I also did the AWS and cloud computing certificate this past winter and had a really great time with that. So um, before that, my career has mostly been in customer service, business operations, and sales. I have worked with several technology distributors, including a subsidiary of Honeywell, and that is where I earned my Lean Six Sigma green belt, and had a great time with that. And I've enjoyed translating that to coding, where I'm looking to pivot my career because I really enjoy kind of that concrete problem solving where I can put code into my IDE and see that appear on the screen to solve problems. And that brings me to my project that I'm very excited to share with you. So, like any good project, I started with a problem that I had in my life that I think everybody else might be able to relate to, and that's going to the grocery store with all the best intentions to eat healthy all week. You buy fresh vegetables, and then life gets in the way. You get to the end of the week, and you've got a rotten bag of salad or something in the crisper, right? And so I wanted to think about how to solve that. And it's relatively simple, right? Track your meals and recipes on a calendar. You could do that with pen and paper, but this is a coding class. So I wanted to solve this with my coding skills. And I put that together in a meal planning single page application. I was able to combine the skills that I learned from the software development course last year and my web development course this year. So I have a back end that uses the technologies you see there under the back end section on this slide. And then I have a front end. And that's what I spent most of my time on in this class because, or for this project from this class, because we were focused on web development, doing front end. So learned how to use JavaScript, HTML, CSS, and learned a lot about React. Had a great time working with that library. And so now I'd like to show you a demonstration of the project that I put together. I've got a little video here for you that I'm going to press play, and I'll narrate as we go through this. So this starts with a login. It uses ASP.NET Identity to take a login, create your account here, using Brian as an example. Put in a password, it does password validation, and once you do click the register button, that is an API call to my backend server that I created using C Sharp. Obviously, save this here within my browser, and it does remember me and remember the credentials we just saved, and we're able to log in. Again, that's another API call to the server, and brings us to the home page of the application. The home page, of course, is a calendar. You can flip through to different months, look at different dates, and see what meals you planned. And the core of this app is adding a recipe. This is where you can select or add any recipe that you want. They're all free-form fields so that you can make sure that the recipe is how you like to do it. I'm going to enter a recipe here in this demonstration for everybody's favorite late night snack, a simple grilled cheese sandwich. And how to cook it here. So it takes a title for the recipe, a description, and then instructions for how to make it, and then a list of ingredients. And from here, just because my typing speed was a little bit slow, I'm going to skip forward a little bit to where the ingredients are going to be added. Again, all of this front end stuff was done with React, putting this together. I had a really, really fun time learning that front end development. And I'm going to skip forward a little bit further to where the recipe gets added. So once it's been created, you do get feedback that that recipe has been successfully created. And now we can schedule our recipes. You select any day, click schedule a meal, and then you can search the database for any of the recipes that have been added. You can see I searched for a couple here to show examples, but I'll go back and I'll add that grilled cheese sandwich that we just added. So selected that, we get an alert, and I can click close, and you can see it's been added to that day. And of course, if that was an accident, you can remove that. And that is the demonstration of my single page meal planning application. Like I've said multiple times, used C Sharp for the back end and React for the front end. But within all of that, I had to learn a lot to be able to put this together because I knew surface level a lot of this information, but I learned some great new design patterns like data transfer objects for the back end and stateless components for the front end using React. But really, there were two important, impactful things that I learned. The first being how to enjoy front end development. When I was doing just backend with C Sharp, I'll be honest, I thought HTML and CSS was a real pain. I thought it was really finicky. I didn't know a library, but it's because I didn't know what I was missing. Now I've grown to really love front end development and being able to connect that to what I already knew at the back end. But second of all, what I really learned within React is how to focus on solving my own problems for my project as opposed to spending time trying to solve problems that have already been solved. For example, within this project, I didn't know what to do with that calendar, and I originally started to build it myself from scratch, looking at the individual day, what components would need, and I spent way too much time and it wasn't coming together. And then with one quick Google search, I found a React library called Full Calendar that had everything that I wanted to do. Imported that library, and I could immediately move on to incorporating what I had already done in the back end to my front end. It allowed me to just kind of make a light year jump in terms of the project being completed. And that's my project. I had, like I said, really great time. I need to give some special thanks here to Dan for kind of leading the web development class in a way that allowed me to accelerate my own personal learning. Special thanks to everybody else at Code Louisville, Ali, Brian, Shannon, for enabling us to be able to do this. And then one last thank you to my dog Birdie, who is pictured here. She knew just when I needed to go for a walk so that I could overcome the obstacle I was facing in that moment. So thank you so much for your time, everybody. Really enjoyed this, and I hope you learned a lot from my project and what I was able to put together.
Awesome presentation, Mike. I have a follow-up question for you.
Yeah.
How would your experience in performance management and sales benefit you in a web dev or software dev role?
Oh, it's definitely going to be connecting to end users or customers. Because I spent a significant portion of my career talking directly to people who are using the products I'm selling them, I feel like I have a really great rapport and understanding of about how to get to the really the question behind the question that customers are asking. Because customers and users never come to you and say, here's exactly what I want, here's exactly how you'd program it. You need to ask some follow-up questions to understand what it is that they're getting at and what problem you can help them solve. And that's what I believe that I can bring to this, world of software development and web development.